As the world population grows, so does the rate of consumption and pollution, forcing the world to adopt more sustainable ways to satisfy their demands. The modal split in developing countries is heavily weighted towards non-motorized transport, also known as NMT, which is a result of low vehicle ownership in both urban and rural areas of some of these countries. In South Africa, there are various obstacles to cycling accessibility, including worries about safety and security, the cost of a bicycle, and decent infrastructure, to name a few. In 2017, a non-government organization called Kubeka launched an initiative to distribute bicycles to deserving students from select schools in Paarl. The project's aim was to improve mobility for these learners, particularly on school trips. The initiative has mostly focused on bicycle distribution intervention. However, little knowledge on how these students could benefit from other forms of intervention has been developed. For this research paper, I'm doing a comparative study on 4 different cycling expositions in South Africa using Paarl as a case study. This type of comparative study is important because it is a window to better understanding the value of an increased cycling mode share among learners in Paarl. A cycling intervention archetype, seen on my left, was used in the study to distinguish between 4 different supposable cases. After 4 years of deployment, this study seeks to determine how the bicycle distribution has influenced these students and if it was sufficient to enhance their mobility. The study evaluated the impact of 4 distinct intervention scenarios for these schools in Paarl in order to better understand how subsequent intervention might assist in improving the cycling experience for these learners. Although several key performance indicators were identified for the study, only those with reliable and available data were used for this assessment. To evaluate the intervention archetype, a multi-criteria analysis was conducted. And based on this multi-criteria analysis, as you can see, the case that scored the highest was case 4, which would be the intervention through bicycle distribution as well as infrastructure upgrade. The practical significance of these findings is that stakeholders such as government, NGOs, and other persons interested in making cycling accessible for these learners to step up and assure that learners continue to reap the benefits of a modal shift to cycling. This includes, but not limited to, the solutions listed in the presentation, such as an amendment to the learner transport policy, which could include cycling infrastructure improvements around schools.